All right, what's going on YouTube? So I want to teach you guys how to play passing chords using Diminish 7. Okay, there's several ways to play passing chords using these notes. Okay, there's set now. These notes are harsh. Okay, but I'm gonna show you how to make them beautiful. The way I'm gonna teach you is you're gonna be able to play. I'm gonna give you 3 chords, and with these 3 chords, you're gonna be able to play in all 12 keys, whatever passing chord you want. I'm gonna show you how to use the passing chord too, though. So Diminish 7. If you don't understand Diminish 7, Diminish 7 is one of the most vital chords you can understand. Okay, because it's a universal chord. There's only 3 diminished 7s that exist, because each one of these notes are different notes, right? This is a C, this is E flat, this is F sharp, A. Now, this is a C diminished 7. Now, if I were to put the C at the top right here, now whatever note is on the at the low end, that becomes what the diminished 7 is. So with this, I'm still playing the same notes as this one. I just have the C over here instead. So it becomes universal, where whatever note you play at the bottom is going to be whatever that diminished 7 chord is. So I can move this E flat over to here, and now F sharp's at the bottom, so it gives me that diminished 7. Okay, so this is the first universal diminished 7 chord. There's only 3. Here's the first one. To find the second one, you just move a half step up. Boom. Now this is your second one, and then there's a third one. Okay, and that's it. These 3 cover all 12 notes. All 12 notes are being played. So whichever one I play down here is going to give me my diminished 7. Okay? It's the same one. Look, same one as the C before, right? It's the same one. Okay? Okay, then back to that. So with these, you can do so many different things. So what's a diminish, by the way? So let's take the key of C. You have the C chord. To find a diminish, all you have to do is move flat the 3rd and flat the 5th. This is the 3rd, just flat it. This is the 5th, flat it. It gives you a diminish. And then you just add the C major 6 note. Okay, this is the major 6, gives you a C diminished 7. Okay, that gives you, and then it's just universal from that point on. Now, I would go through and try to learn and just work on playing these, right, like that, and get good at recognizing where each one is. Once you have that down, I'm going to show you different ways to use this. Now, I use diminished 7 chords in a lot of different ways. Okay, so one way I use diminished 7 is if I'm doing a 2-5-1 passing, and I typically use it on my 5. So let's take this key of C, for example. So if you understand degrees, if you're new here, my apologies if I'm going too fast, but if you take the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? As degrees, it's the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, back to the 1. A 2-5-1 is simply playing the 2 as a chord, the 5 as a chord to our 1. Now, we can go outside the realm of the key of C, right? Because key of C is just all the white notes. But when we're doing these passing chords, it's okay to go outside that realm of the key of C, because it brings that type of tension you need that's found in gospel, jazz, and stuff like that. You want to do that because it brings this vibe to it. So when I do my passing chords on the 5, if I'm about to land on the 1, I like to do a diminished 7 chord. So for our example, in the key of C, there we go. That was weird. All right, so for our example, I like to let's use the key of C. Okay, let's do a 2-5-1. I'll show you a 2-5-1 right here. Okay, simple 2-5-1. All I did on my 2 is play a D minor 9. It could be a regular D7 or whatever. I like to play it like this because look at my right hand. It's just an F chord and then a D in the left. And all I have to do from this point is play my diminished 7, is move this right here, move this right here, and move this right here. Okay? Then play my 5th. Okay? I'm going to show you how to easily find these. I'm going to give you a trick. But that's typically... Do you hear that tension, right? So you have that tension release. Tension release, that's found in gospel and jazz, right? See, tension release, right? Okay. Now, all I did on my 5, this is my 5, right? It's this G chord. But notice in my right hand, I played an F diminished 7. Why is that? It's a little trick. I don't know if you guys know this trick, but this is a little trick. I'm going to give it to you. So I like to take my diminished chords. This is why it's important to learn all 3 of the diminished chords and work on transposing them. Okay? And work on that, because look, all I'm doing is taking my F chord, and then any one of the notes I'm playing, if I play any of one of those notes as a half step down in my left hand, so here's an F, playing an E, okay? Any one of these notes I play now as a half step down gives me a dope passing chord, gives me a dominant 7 chord. So you take your diminished 7 chord and you choose any one of these notes, whatever one you want to land on. Let's say I want to land on my G chord. Okay. A flat is a half step away from G, so I could play G. It gives me a G dominant 7. In this case, it's a flat 9. Okay. So the 9 is flat. Okay. So this is the 9 right here. It's just flat. And it gives me a G dominant 7 flat 9. Okay. All I'm doing is playing a diminished 7 in my right hand. I'm taking whatever note I want to land on. If I want to land on the E, I'm taking that and putting that in my left hand. That gives me that. Or I have this B in my right hand, right? If I want to land on a B flat as my 5th note, as a chord, it gives me a B flat 7. And then I have this D in my right hand. Notice, that's a little trick I do. So I want to land, let's do one outside of these. Let's say I want to land on an A chord. So we can choose one. Let's choose D flat diminish. Okay, why? Because there's B flats right here. It's a half step away. So look. Boom. That gives me that. So let's use this in a different key. Let's use key of F. Okay. Let's say I want to do. I'm working through. That's my 5 in the key of F, right? Okay. 2, 5 to the 1. All right, notice I'm playing a B flat diminished 7 chord right here, but I want to land on my C chord. This works because C is a half step away from this D flat, so I can now play the C as my 5 in the key of F, because in the key of F, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my 5th note. 2, 5, 1. All right, so that's one way to use it as a passing chord, is the diminished 7. Now I can break it down. I'll probably do another video going in depth, giving you every single chord in all 12 keys. I'll probably do that in a different video, but I want to kind of give you some passing chords you can work with. Now the other way I like to use it is I take my diminished chord and I just move the high note down, high note up a half step. High note up a half step gives me a flat 7, a minor 7 flat 5. Sorry, a minor 7 flat 5 chord. I use these all the time. Now I use these if I'm in the key of C, for example, minor 7 flat 5. I'll use that as a passing chord as my 7. Okay, I'll land on the 7. Key of F, like we said, minor 7 flat 5. Right? Key of what is this? The key of D. Okay. Boom. So I use those a lot when I'm playing a 7. So you could take this C diminished 7 chord, move this note, the high note down up a half step, and get a minor 7 flat 5. It's perfect for if you want to do a 7, 3, 6 passing, right? So we're on the 1. This is in the key of C. I'm playing the 1. I want to play the 7, 3. 3 is this E, right? In the key of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 3, 6. So right there. Okay. So I do that a lot when I'm playing the 7. So you can choose any note you want, any one of these diminished 7s you want, right? And move it down, right? This diminished 7, just move it up a half step and it lands on that minor 7 flat 5. So what I would do if I were you, for practical application, okay, I would just start trying to find different keys to play in and work on finding those diminished 7 chords. Okay, so if I say B minor 7 flat 5 right here, right? Let's say I'm playing C. I want to play this. All this is a B diminished, like we worked on, right? Like we worked on. We found that one. Right? B diminished 7. We found that. To find my minor 7 flat 5, I just move this down. Boom. Or you can play it like this. Okay. Sometimes I'll just take this B out of this hand. This is for a different lesson, more advanced lesson, but I'll take this B out this hand and just move it to the A and just keep the B in the left. That gives me still the minor 7 flat 5. I like the sound of that a little bit better versus, oops, no, what is it? That. Versus that. I like the sound. And it gives me transition right here to my next chord easily by just moving this. So hopefully this tutorial was simple enough for you. Hopefully I didn't confuse you with anything, but try finding these diminished 7. Just work on finding those and get them down, and then try to move and add a half step away note so you can use those as passing chords. Okay, so hopefully it makes sense. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace. Oop. There we go. Oh, nope. Right here.